From the field to your feed, it's your girl Chelsea Lynn. What is up, Touchdown Tribe? Today we're going to be getting into the NFL QBs that I think are going to be staying and leaving. Let's get into it. So first, I would like to give a big shout out to Project Leroy for this idea. Thank you so much, Project Leroy, for this. Let's get into this. Aaron Rodgers is obviously first on my list. Reasons he'd stay: productive play, positive Steelers experience, options as a free agent, reasons he'd leave, age and physical demand, personal life and commitments. He is married. I don't know if it's on documented government papers, but he does wear a wedding band. Life after football. He could be wanting to start a family now. Announcing on Pat McAfee that this is most likely his last season playing, indicating retirement. And I do have that video clip for you guys, and we are going to watch it.
Is it, safe to say that this is your last year playing? Is that something you've thought about? Is that something that you know for sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. That's why we just did a one-year deal. Steelers didn't need to, put any extra years on that or anything. So, this was really about finishing with a lot of love and fun and peace for the career that I've had. I played 20 freaking years. It's been a long run, and I've enjoyed it. And what better place to finish than in one of the cornerstone franchises of the NFL with Mike Tomlin and a great group of leadership and great guys in the city that expects you to win.
Congratulations, man.
Hell yeah.
So I believe that was back in June when he stated this, that he was most likely going to be headed to retirement. He could change his mind. I don't see it happening, especially if they make it to a Super Bowl. I don't see him staying. I see him retiring. But we'll see what happens with that, because you never know with Aaron Rodgers. Alright, so moving on to Lamar Jackson. Reasons for leaving: contract negotiations, team disconnection, trade rumors. Reasons for staying: expressed desire to stay. We've seen him say multiple times that he wants to finish out his career with the Baltimore Ravens. Will that happen? I don't know, because we do know this is a business in the NFL, and what players want are not always what they get. Same with coaches, same with GMs, and so on. So whether that'll happen, who knows? Reasons for staying: ongoing talks of extension, which could alleviate cap issues. So we'll see what happens there with the ongoing talks of an extension. Next possible place that I could see him being is Miami, because part of the trade rumors have been on Miami. But with John Harbaugh being fired and his name being listed as the top option for Miami, could we see him reunite with John Harbaugh? I doubt it, because there was talks of issues happening in the locker room and a disconnect happening between John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson, I believe. So I don't know if that scenario is possible. Another option: Steelers. If Aaron Rodgers is out, could a connection work with the Steelers? Could he be a good fit there? I think possibly, but most likely I hope he ends up staying with the Ravens. I really want him to get a Super Bowl with the Ravens, especially after what he said in his draft interview with Deion Sanders. I'll play that clip here.
I can see you're a little bit upset, a little deterred, but guess what?
I'm here.
It's here. You're here.
I'm a Raven. It's on. All year, every year. Yes, sir.
What are they getting?
Everything out of me. They're going to get a Super Bowl out of me. Believe that.
Alright, so you can see where he said they're going to get a Super Bowl out of him. So I really want this for Lamar Jackson with the Baltimore Ravens. I just don't know how it's going to end up working out. We'll see. So next on the list, I have Kyler Murray, and this is a big one, y'all. Reasons he might stay: massive contract implications, still under a 5-year, $234 $1.5 million deal with the Cardinals. If they were to break it, could have implications on the Cardinals. So this is a reason why he might stay. Limited trade value since he didn't perform well and also had injuries. He's not going to be considered high on the list for a trade option. Lack of obvious replacement. Even if they had a top pick for the draft, I believe they got the number 3 pick. Even if they were to draft a QB, it's not a great replacement option because these QBs coming out of the draft don't always perform the best. So, lack of obvious replacement is an issue for why he might stay. Talent and potential. He is still young. Could have potential since they have coaching changing coming if they get an offensive-minded head coach who can help develop him better. Could see a change in Kyler Murray's game. You never know. So these are reasons why I think he might stay. Reasons he might leave. Injury concerns and availability. Performance and inconsistency. Potential for a fresh start. I don't know if I see him leaving. Either way, his next role would be a backup role. But if he performs better under new coaching, could stay at a backup role with the Cardinals or possibly start if he starts performing better. We'll see what happens with Kyler Murray on that one. Next, Tua Tagovailoa. Yes, I can say Tua Tagovailoa. I've been watching him since his Alabama days, so I'm pretty good at saying his name now. Reasons for leaving: fresh start. He previously stated he'd be down for this, which is crazy to me. Crazy to hear from someone who is trying to keep his job as a QB to say he'd be down for a trade to play somewhere else. I guess he would just say that because he's not in the best position right now. So he could feel like this is his only shot. He's shooting his shot. Next, benched. He's benched right now, which goes back to why he probably said what he said. Injury history. And an interesting thing, Miami is the same ones who, when Nick Saban was head coach, wanted Drew Brees. This same medical staff failed Drew Brees on his physical and would not let Nick Saban have Drew Brees as a QB. Y'all, insane to me. But they ended up getting fired, I believe. Reasons for staying: massive contract of a $212 million deal. Another team with massive contract implications. I don't know if they want to eat that or not. Past success: 2023, leading passing yards. 2022, passer rating leader. We haven't seen him perform well in a long time, but if the right changes happen, could he make a comeback? I don't know. I don't see it at this point. Next, no clear replacement. I think next for Tua Tagovailoa would be a backup QB or retirement, possibly, because I don't know who would want Tua, knowing his injury history, knowing how he's performed. I don't really know any team that would even take him as a second string QB. So we'll see what happens with Tua Tagovailoa. Another big one on the list is Russell Wilson, y'all. Reasons he'd leave: failed stints, age and performance decline, injury concerns, role shift of a backup or veteran mentor, take on a sports analyst role. Those are reasons he could possibly leave. We all know his failed stints that happened with the Broncos, Steelers, now with the Giants. We'll see what happens with that. Reasons he'd stay: deep love for the game, belief in himself, mentor role to Jackson Dart. He could like the role of being a mentor to Jackson Dart and want to stay in that. I don't know if he'll get it. I definitely don't believe that he is going to be starting anywhere, knowing his failed stints and the way he's performed. I don't see him getting a starting position similar to a Tua Tagovailoa situation. I just don't see that happening for him. Could we see him shift towards a sports analyst role? I think so, because I think he's been doing some side work doing that. So we'll see. Next, backup QB, sports analyst, retirement. One of those three. I don't see him starting. Like I said, I don't see him starting anywhere. I know that he does have belief in himself, that he still probably has something to offer the game. But at this point, boy, hang up your cleats. Like what Marcus Spears, I believe, told you to do.
Is it time for Russell to sit down and retire?
Alright, there's that. Next, we have Justin Fields. Reasons he'd stay: Asian potential. He's still young, and I still believe that he does have something to offer. Professionalism. He is very professional with how he conducts himself in the media, in the public. Elite athleticism. Like I said, his age and potential, I do believe he's still very athletic. I have seen, whenever he played at the Steelers, little glimpses of hope for him. I just don't think he's always had the best fit for where he's landed in the NFL. With the Bears, like, he had a lot of offensive line issues where the offensive line collapsed on him. You also had his stint with the Steelers under Russell Wilson. He did get to start a little bit, and that's where I've seen a little glimpse of hope for him, because you really seen more of his skills there. And then obviously landing at the Jets, that speaks for itself, right? Need I say more? All I gotta say is the Jets, and y'all should know what I mean. So reasons he'd leave: poor performance and benching. He's had consistent issues with this. Contract situation, repeated failures. Next, backup QB. I think it would be great for him to sit under a veteran QB and finally land with a team where he can truly develop. I think that would be the best thing for him, because I do, again, see potential in Justin Fields. I'm not ready to give up on him. I know many are. I'm not one of them. Another big one on the list: Geno Smith. Geno Smith, reasons he'd stay: contract and dead cap. Potential with a new system under new coaching since they fired Pete Carroll. Veteran role to teach a rookie QB. He could be another Russell Wilson and take on a veteran role teaching a rookie QB some skills. Reasons he'd leave: poor performance. Social media. Y'all, this is interesting. After Pete Carroll was fired, this man removed all things Raiders from his social media. So that's very telling. Draft position. Raiders could use their number 1 draft pick to draft a QB. Age and rebuild. He's older. Does he really want to sit through a team that's in another rebuild phase? Because this has been a consistent thing for the Raiders, where they're constantly rebuilding. Next, backup QB or retirement, I see for Geno Smith. Next, my favorite on the list, Joe Burrow. This one's a long shot, y'all, I know. But reasons he'd stay: stating his commitment to the Bengals. No trade clause, giving him control over his destiny. Teammate chemistry. Reasons he'd leave: frustration with losing and the injuries. Organizational issues. Acknowledgement of the NFL business. Mentioning crazy things happen in the NFL after the Micah Parsons trade that went down between the Cowboys and Green Bay. mental and physical toll. Many analysts speculate an Andrew Luck scenario with Burrow, accumulating injuries, forcing early retirement if his O-line is not corrected. Do I see this happening? It's a long shot, like I said. But could it happen? Possibly, depending on how frustrated he truly is. And we've seen a glimpse of that in one of his interviews, and I'll play that for you guys.
How has the injury changed the way that you view the game?
No, it certainly doesn't change my desire to win. If I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing it. I've been through a lot, and if it's not fun, then what am I doing it for? So that's the mindset I'm trying to bring to the table.
How much fun are you having right now? Is it difficult to have fun given the season that you've been through physically, emotionally, all of it? Is it tough?
Yeah, certainly.
Did you have fun playing? How much of it was fun before? Winning's always fun, but in general, was it as fun before you got hurt? Did you view it that way at least?
No, I wouldn't say I viewed it that way. I think.
What was the changing point?
I'm not sure there was a singular moment or time. It's just a reflection on a lot of things that I've done and been through in my career. I think I've been through more than most, and certainly not easy on the brain or the body. So just trying to have fun doing it again.
Alright, so you can see where I get the frustration from, like the discouragement that we witnessed in that interview. Next, I think he will stay with the Bengals or request a trade. It could go either way. It's a 50-50 thing here. Editing Chelsea here. I did forget to mention I had someone in my Discord bring up the idea of Joe Burrow to Pittsburgh, which, if A-Rod retires, does not sound like a bad fit. Unfortunately, I have to thank G Honda from Discord for this one, but he's always saying anyone great is going to Pittsburgh because he's a Steelers fan. So there's that. Now back to the rest of the video. For me, on this one, I don't know with the team chemistry, like he does have a true connection with his teammate Jamar Chase, who he's been with since LSU. But then I go back to what he said with how he acknowledged the NFL as a business and mentioning crazy things happen in the NFL and talking about the Parsons trade. I go back to that and it just makes me go back and forth, like, would he stay or would he go? I don't know. Y'all can let me know your thoughts on Joe Burrow, but that is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching Touchdown Tribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.
We let the liquor talk, but baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet.